So what was your movie before that led you into War Warrior?
I never did one.
Never?
Never. That was the first film I ever did. I'd done stage for about 3 years and television, but I'd never done a film.
So what was you on television? Like Mel was a soap opera actor.
I did a lot of episodic television. I did things for the ABC. I did a thing called Truckies, a war series. I did a lot of cop shows where I played the villain in a lot of cop shows. And it just virtually started from then. And then I was doing stage, I was doing Shakespeare and different things. And I did a big stage play, Hosanna by Michel Tremblay, which actually from that I was seen by George Miller's girlfriend, Sandy Gore. And she suggested that George come and see me for the role in Road Warrior.
So were you with a mohawk and butt flap in that too? I just wondering
when
you.
Normal. I had very long hair, and I had a tattoo of a panther having sex with a woman tattooed down my chest.
Ah, so you were a punk still there. That's how they kind of visualize. Go, hey, maybe he could beat up Mad Max here.
That was kind of the way they.
So what's the story on the Humongous? Humongous, I mean.
Humongous.
Is he supposed to be an ex-professional wrestler that was caught at the end of the world?
No, he was actually a bodybuilder that was caught in the end of the world.
Okay.
And his face had been burnt in an explosion.
I was always wondering about that. I enjoyed a Road Warrior movie, and that's one of the things you're going. He looks like a wrestler, and
his name was Shell Nielsen. He was Mr. Sweet.
He was a real weightlifter,
a professional bodybuilder,
and he got to wear the Jason mask before Jason.
Yep. We did a lot of things before anybody. If you remember, I wore the cut-off gloves before Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah. Also, you had little crossbows on the arms.
Yes, a lot of things that became
cyberpunk.
Yeah, it all sort of moved on from there. Which I guess you can look at one way that, hey, that was really cool, or another way is, look how we screwed the world.
In bad fashion. But you did teach us how to push a truck at 60 miles an hour on film.
That's true. That's true.
That's one of the things that people are still doing in film today.
Oh yeah, it's been duplicated many times, but nobody's ever succeeded in doing it.
No, I'll agree with you there. Because even in Resident Evil Extinction, they had the whole truck thing too.
Everybody tries to do it, but there was something about that film which was unique. I think the actors, the attitude, and the director all combined to make a one-off. You just, it's like Gone with the Wind. You can't duplicate it. You can make something like it. It's just a one-off. And there's a lot of films.
Like a lot of these remakes they're doing to old films lately.
Yeah, which never worked.
It's kind of like I heard they were making Red Dawn again. I'm going, why?
Oh, for God's sake, why?
It was one of those films that was nice in its time.
Yeah.
But we don't have the Cold War anymore.
No, it'd be like trying to remake One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which is a classic.
Yeah.
How do you remake it? I mean, what do you change?
How do you go back and go to that thinking or reinvent the wheel?
Yeah, it's to me that's silly. It's like, nobody has the intelligence to write a good script anymore?
That's a good question. So who would you say is your one favorite filmmaker you work with?
My one favorite filmmaker I've worked with? George Miller is probably one of my favorite filmmakers that I've worked with. Stuart Gordon is another favorite. He does a lot of horror. He's renowned and famous for doing his wonderful horror films. I did King of the Ants for Stuart, which is probably one of the best films I've made.
And that's one movie I didn't name.
Love
Name off of my list of stuff.
Yeah, I just love that film. They're probably two of my favorite filmmakers. I'm working with one at the moment, Jesse Johnson, who I think is one of the best up-and-coming directors Los Angeles has. He's just amazing. And I'm very fortunate I've done 3-4 films with him.
Who's your one favorite actor you work with?
My one favorite actor? I would say that 99% of the people I've worked with would be my favorite actors, because everybody I work with I am capable of getting on with, so I love them and I have a ball. But I have just finished a film, and the lady that did the lead in it was Marina Sirtis.
Deanna Troi.
Deanna Troi. And she is probably one of the nicest, most professional, and most unbelievable actresses I've worked with in a long, long time. But then, you know, for their own reasons and for different things, Arnold Schwarzenegger was wonderful to work with. Christopher Lambert was wonderful to work with. I did Weird Science with a lot of people who went on to become...
The movie or the TV show?
No, the movie.
Oh, wow, I've seen that movie, and I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I'm the guy that comes through the window with a girl on a chain.
So, was that a play on Wes?
Yes. So a lot of people I've worked with, I've really enjoyed for many, many reasons.
So what would you say is your one favorite movie you've done to date?
King of the Ants is one of my favorite movies, and then another movie that I did quite a while ago called Circle Man, which was a boxing movie, which I think the portrayal of the character was just wonderful. I was able to create this child in a man's body character, which I really, really loved. And you know, you've always got to say that Road Warrior and Commando, your favorite films, they are for what they were, but you know, you move on and you do things as you go that sometimes tend to be better. I finished a film early this year called Charlie Valentine, which I think is probably one of the best things I've ever done.
Okay, one more question before we sign off. Did you ever do any Star Trek? My producer's a Star Trek fan.
No, I didn't. Everybody thinks I did, and I've done a lot of Star Trek conventions because I know the guys that run them.
He actually saw you when he was a kid at a convention, and he ended up giving his autograph to a friend of his.
Oh, dear God. Yeah, no, I never did a Star Trek. I was up for quite a while for one of the cast of Star Trek, and it didn't pan out. They went in a different direction, so I never got past the initial casting. But I was always too big. It's like if you look at most of those series, the people are like around 5'8", and the costumes. And when you get someone like me at 6'1", and I'm a big boy, and then you put a costume on me, I tend to look like I'm 12 feet tall and 16 feet wide, which didn't
works for Klingons.
Work. Yeah. So no, I didn't get to do it. I would love to have done one, but no.
Well, we'll sign off here because this is getting long and the noise is getting loud.
Yes, we're back playing music now, and I would like to say thank you very much. And it's really exciting to be done on a flip camera.
Well, thank you.